Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? What's good? How you living, folks? What's really good? It's your boy EMillio EgBar, and we're back at it once again. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us here today for another one. And we got a dope guest on the line for y'all here today. Rocking with me on the line as my guest, we got Jarmar Green. Jarmar, what's good, brother? How's everything?
Yeah, what's good, Emilio? Thank you so much for having me on the show, bro. It's been long overdue.
No problem, man. Definitely appreciate you for taking the time out, man. You was in the middle of a festive gathering and all that good stuff, and you stepped off to the side to show us some love over here, so we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss this for the world. And this gathering, we're all about to just hit the little town and come right back. You know, I'm in my 30s, so I got to get back to bed at a reasonable time.
Hey, trust me, brother. I understand, man. Like, look, I just turned 40 this year. And I'm like, yo, if I can stay up past midnight these days, man, it's a blessing.
It's a damn blessing, man.
That's a fact, man. But, yo, we are definitely delighted to have you here joining us, man. We appreciate you for taking the time out. So with that being said, I normally like to give, this first part of the interview to our guests to give them the opportunity to, introduce themselves, give the people out there a little insight to your, your background and all that good stuff. So, man, if you would, the floor is all yours, man. Take it away.
Yes, sir. So, Jarmar Green. That's my stage name. That's my middle name, my last name. You're used to it because I hope to be on more of these. So you'll continue to hear my name. Straight out of the cornfield, crossroads of America, Indianapolis, that town. You know what it is. Mm-hmm. I'm building a resume. I'm building more than what I want for my future. I'm more than what I know. I'm doing it through my music, doing it through interactions. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro, that's why I'm here. Man. I'm here to not only get blessed by people's presence, but my presence is being blessed by getting mixed with everybody else.
I respect that, man. Definitely. So, Indianapolis, Indiana, you are the second Indiana-based artist that we've had as a guest here on this platform. So, we're making some history here tonight.
Yes. I love being number 2. I'm gonna try to make number 1 on that list now. Let's make it a good one.
I hear that, man. So, with that being said, man, Indianapolis, man, a lot of people, when they think about Indianapolis, of course, you got the Indianapolis Colts. You have the Indiana Motor Speedway or the Indianapolis 500, Speedway and all that good stuff. And, a lot of people, when they think about Indiana, they don't really think too much about hip hop, man. So tell us about the scene out there in Indiana. What's going on with Indianapolis, man? Talk to us.
Man, it's massive. I think the music here is very, very slept on. But I'll think again on that statement because I feel like people come here to get influence because we are such an influential city. And when I say influential, we just have so many leaders here and so many thought leaders here. It's just such a melting pot, if you will, crossroads of America. Like you got to think about that. There's all different styles of music here. You put in what you want, and you get out of it what you want. But it is a hustle, and everybody works their ass off. And man, this is. But then again, there's a lot of lazy people out there too. But I feel like once again, it's a melting pot of just everything, all sorts of genres, down to the food, all kinds of food here too. So when people think about Indianapolis, you're right. They don't think about the culture, the atmosphere, the vibes that you get of a big city because it is a big city. I think we're number 13 or something like that out of 50.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, 13 to 16, one of the numbers I ain't gonna. But hey, we up there. We got a population.
Yeah.
And
that's what's up, man. So with Indianapolis, man, how would you describe what the culture is like? The reason why I'm asking you this, because, as we discussed before we got on to, this conversation, I mentioned to you that my late grandfather, he was from Indiana, Marion to be exact, but he never really talked to us too much about, back home for him and all that stuff and what Indiana life was like and all that good stuff, man. So, put that out there for the people, man. Let us know what it's like in Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, I mean we got, like I said, we got all types of entertainment. I love Indianapolis, man, because it's really cheap to live here, but it's also like great to raise a family here too. You know what I'm saying? So like you come here, you can record some music at some studios that have real good credits, and you can go to a sports game, or you can go see football, basketball. We got those teams. We even got like hockey teams and soccer teams and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
We really got it. We got it going on over here, man. And yeah, you're right. But like being in the crossroads of America, people overlook that. And they always think of Indianapolis. Oh, they compare that straight to Chicago.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah. So like, you can call us. I mean, because we are about 2.5 hours from Chicago.
Okay.
So usually some people who were born in Illinois come down to Indiana.
Okay.
Northern Indiana come down to Indianapolis. So like it's an up and coming city, man. I think a lot of people say that. You feel that when you're here, especially in the music scene, and you feel the hustle, you feel the grind out of these people. And it's all influence to me. I go out to a local show, I get influenced to go back home to make sure I hit on my shit.
So who's popping right now in your city as far as music is concerned? Who's some artists that we should be on the lookout for other than yourself?
Yeah, other than myself, damn, I knew you were going to say that. Let me see. My boy Draco McCoy, we got a couple songs on deck, and I think he is pushing so hard because not only is he doing the hip-hop rap, he's also doing like the metal stuff. Okay. Also, check out my cousin, C Festo. Check out my boy C-Dab. We all working all the time. I mean, let me see. There's a couple of other Maxo over there at Napa Nothing. He's always doing some music stuff. I mean, there's just so many, and I can't even think of any more because these are the ones we've really seen just in the last couple of days. But there's so many, man. I mean, for every person, there's 2 artists in Indianapolis. Is how I feel. I feel like everybody makes music.
Damn, that's crazy. So what type of music would you describe that you make?
Yeah, so Jarmar Green, I think, makes hustler anthems. I think my music touches really heavily with a person that has the grind mentality, that understands that it takes hard work, but that hard work is an investment also, and you have to protect your investment like you protect your family.
That's a fact.
And your vibe and your presence means a lot. I always tell people to control what they can control, so those uncomfortable moments are really comfortable. Because if you can control what you can control, you already covered your ass. You already covered your back. So man, that's the message I try to give out in every single song. And it's on a positive note, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like you have to take care of yourself, control what you can control. And if those uncomfortable moments are too uncomfortable, you need to just go back and reflect on what you know and then keep it pushing. And those uncomfortable moments are going to be comfortable.
Absolutely. So when you guys started with your career in music, how comfortable was you at first when you first got out there? And from what age was it when you started your journey in music?
Yeah, good question. My music journey actually started like right after high school, like right in, I want to say like 11th grade, going into 12th. Seriously. Okay. Like in 9th grade, my grandmother bought me a guitar. It was a silver tone guitar. It was out of the mall. It came with the amp. It was horrible. It was really bad. But that started me wanting to get into guitar. Okay. Now, 11th grade, I joined a band and I started composing music. And I really enjoyed that. What I didn't like about being in a band, after being in a band for, Every Wrong Decision was one band, and then we went into Realms, and I carried Realms all the way up to like 2005, so 2015, 16. So I want to say I was in a band for 5 to 6 years of my life, and I took that shit seriously, like down to making merch, down to composing these songs, down to finding people to to play these live, to going to the studio, playing with the metronome and getting my timing right when I'm recording. All that took a toll on me, because then we have to travel for shows and shit. I would have to get those U-Hauls, and I have to fill up a U-Haul full of those music equipment and travel it from one. Oh, dude, and then don't even get me started on the breakdown of it all. It's one thing to put it up and play, but then at the end of your playing, you have to break it all down, put it in the truck. But dude, that mentality that I had then is only reflecting now in my hip hop and my rap, because I'm taking all the energy I had to not only manage 5 other people, 4 other people in a 5-person band, and at some points it was only 3 of us, and then we went up to 6 people, and then we went back to 5 people. So it was a lot. So I'm taking all the energy, I'm putting it on myself, because with my music now, I'm like a producer, a couple of producers, and me writing some lyrics, and maybe whoever I get on the track as a feature. And that's it. Like that's we can make hits like that, right? So like all that is boiling down to what I'm putting my energy in and how I got to this platform. So like, hey, like that's my mentality from back then getting started, and what it is right now is still the same drive, still the same muscle, and I'm trying every day.
That's what's up, man. So what would you say, like, what type of music do you and your band actually make when it boils down to it?
I think mine is like a rap, hip hop, R&B, rhythm and blues. I shouldn't say R&B. I should say rhythm and rhythm and rap. Okay, that's my rhythm, and hip hop is more of my, because I really rely heavy on my beats. Okay, my beats drive the party, right? The lyrics for me are just real to me. It's my life, my storytelling. So like somebody may not reflect to that, but they always love that beat. So.
Yeah. So with that being said, like, so you wear multiple hats when it comes down to it. So you produce, you write your lyrics, you do the songwriting, you put the beats together and all that stuff, and then you also manage and run your band and all that stuff. So how does it feel to wear so many hats and just to be one person in charge of so many different things?
Well, I won't take credit for any of my beats, because I do get them, but I do have long ties with the people I get my beats from, unless I get them from like somebody online. So Beat Money DP, he's been a friend of mine since high school. He's been one of the people that's been with me since I first started rapping hip hop, my rhythm and rap segment of my life. In 2015, 16, I think I started out right after I got into metal, like my death metal. I was in, by the way, that band I was talking about, I was in death metal. Oh, like 7-string guitars, screaming, death metal, technical guitaring. And I'm talking about like going from 4/4 to 4/8 to 8/16s to different types of signatures in guitar. I was really into that. But like DP, he has a way of communicating to people through his beats. And one thing I pride myself on my line of my music is I take actions, and I take my storytelling, and I put that through my lyrics. So I basically love working with Beat Money DP, because we have a really nice sync on our music together. And he makes some insane beats. And shout out to all my other people that send me beats. Ali, Midway Boy, he's out in Russia. I met him from just online, just being online. He came across my Instagram and he was like, "Yo, I like your music. I'm gonna send you a pack." And I've been messing with him. 17 Beats from out of Philly. Like there's a bunch of people that I've been working with, just my journey. And man, like I have to give them their credit, and thank you for giving me the platform to really shout them out.
Hey, no problem, man. That's what it's all about over here. And that's the one thing I like about the current state of music that we're in right now, because all of these things that we're capable of being able to accomplish now, when I was growing up, back when, music was different and there was a whole different, slate of technology that was available to people that was aspiring to be artists, you wasn't able to connect with somebody over in Russia. You wasn't able to connect with people who, that's in another town opposite of where you at. So that's one of the beauties about, this current era of music that we're in right now, is that the technology has become so advanced that we can collab with somebody that's in a whole other country and not even have to worry about being in the same room with them. So how you feel about that?
Yes. Oh man, I love putting technology with my shit. Obviously my lyrics are me. I write those down. But for instance, let me give you an example for everybody who's getting into music. I pitched my song on Spotify, and they want you to like categorize it. They want you to like tell me what type of song it is, what's it about. They want you to know. They want to know what's in the beat. If it's like guitars or piano or xylophones or trumpets in the damn beat, or if it's a part of a culturally forward song or anything like that. And then at the end of it all, you have to utilize 500 character paragraph to basically pitch them the song and why it should go on an editorial playlist or a playlist or whatever, right? Me, I use AI every day for work. So guess what I did? I went straight to AI to say, hey, read my lyrics and give me a 500 character paragraph on why this song should be on an editorial playlist on Spotify. And boom, in seconds, I was able to take what it gave me, modify it down to my words, and put it in there. And we're going to see how it goes. But utilizing tricks like that save you a bunch of time, and it saves you a bunch of thought process, and it gives you a good direction. So I think technology should definitely be utilized in areas like that.
Absolutely. I do agree with you. Technology, to a degree, is great, especially right now, because like you mentioned, especially in the music industry, and also right now just being entrepreneurial and just being somebody out there that's trying to be in control of your own destiny. Time and efficiency is two main things that take precedence over a lot of stuff. You got to strategize, you got to put things together, you got to have a whole plan mapped out and all that stuff, but the time and the efficiency is what matters a lot. So it's good that people can scale their workflow to a sense where everything, they have their SOPs together, standard operating procedures of how to get stuff done, because you're saving on time and all that stuff. And that's where a lot of the technology that we have today comes into play. But there's also a caveat to that too, especially, and this is a good segue to get into this next question for you that I have, with the whole situation with AI now being introduced into the music industry, and a lot of people have their gripes and their concerns about that. How do you feel about the overall outlook of how AI could possibly affect the music industry and people like you and myself going forward?
So right away, just like if you at school, don't use ChatGPT or AI tools to write your freaking paper. That's idiotic. They have tools to combat that already. Boom. Same with the music industry. If you're using AI to write your lyrics, if you're using AI to like rip a beat from somebody's hard work, you better cut that out. There's too many MCAPs. There's too many different avenues that people can get copyright to really mess you up. So you got to be smart about it. It's one thing to use AI and technology to help you advance those ideas, but never rely solely on AI and technology to do the work for you. If you are doing that, then oh man, that's how you ruin it. That's how you ruin the game. That's how you ruin the art.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that's one of the things I touch on. Like I say it, and me, like I said, I'm not against technology. I'm not against people using what they need to enhance their workflow. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you got people that just let the AI do all the work for them, no sense of creativity whatsoever that's being implied other than what the AI is doing, and that's why I kind of get off the bandwagon with that. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm right off the bandwagon with you, man, on everything. Because that is pure cheating. That's like That's the worst thing you can do to an art, in my opinion. Now, granted, if you were using like, all right, here goes another reason where I use AI. Right, I took my album artwork. I made the initial album artwork had a black background. Well, you know what? I wanted to add a different background. So I took my album artwork, I ran it through AI, and I gave myself a new background. Boom. Oh, and it looks perfect. That's a great way to use the tools around you for free. I need to chop up my music video so I can put it in TikTok and YouTube Reels, Instagram Reels. Boom. I'm going to use a tool to do that. I need to take a picture and I need to make it a movie. I need to make it move. Oh, there's an app that does that. These are all brilliant ways to get content to elevate your hard work. And that's the area where I think that separates the geniuses from the cheaters. And the cheaters will just rely on it heavy. Make AI make me the whole entire idea of my artwork. Make the AI write my whole entire song. Make everything rhyme.
Right.
No. That should be illegal. And I can see musicians, even people who put in hard work, and their voices are getting used for AI. And they're making like songs and making diss tracks and starting wars basically from persona to persona because they're utilizing these things and they're utilizing these tools to make a bad name out of people, and that's crazy too. So
I agree.
I'm off the bandwagon with you, man.
I agree. And you know, that's one thing from a perspective as an artist / creator, producer, or whatever the case may be, when it comes to the whole, you know, conversation about AI in the music industry and also in the music creation process. But what about when you have these corporations and these labels and other major, you know, outlets that are way bigger than what we can do financially? What about those that come along and they start pushing, you know, the creatives like ourselves out of the way in favor of the AI? How would you feel about that?
No, there in different countries you can pay a play farm is what they call it, or a stat farm, where they have basically a place in overseas where there's a room full of just phones, either playing a song over and over again for the views, or playing a video over and over and over again for the views. There's a lot of that going on, and oh yeah, you're right. There's a bigger conglomerate of that going on, all while we're having this conversation, right? There's mainstream artists out there that are probably making millions and millions of dollars, not only off the few 100,000 people that listen to them, but the millions of people that are like playing their songs on these farms. It's happening every day. Oh, it's crazy. And big time music industry people, like, they love being able to go on YouTube and flash their title, flash their company, and get people to pay them a editorial fee or whatever, or some type of just tutorial fee on how to get your song on playlists, how to get your video on the spotlight, and it'll be like these farms just going to that one song 100,000 times, and you pay them probably 10 cents a play or something like that. Like, that's literally happening right in front of our eyes all the time. And that's why I'm so true to the independent. That's why I'm so true to the person that goes and finds the connections, and then they just make the music and they try to push it themselves. And that's where the real heart and soul is in the music, and that's where it's at. And some of these label people, they're so far gone.
You're right about that one. And that's one of the things too that, you know, just I just, you know, me is just like, now I use the AI for, you know, tracking statistical things and analyzing data. Like, I've been starting to learn how to use that because I'm stubborn. I'll tell you anybody out there that's listening to this that knows me personally, I'll tell you that, yeah, he's a stubborn motherfucker, you know what I mean? And so, like, it is one of them things I even had to get myself to adapt to using that to, you know, be able to analyze data and stuff like that. But me, I'm still one of the ones, I still like to be hands-on. I like to be the one that's in control of my own creativity. I don't want somebody else doing that for me or trying to phase me out the way in favor of something else that, yeah, it could probably do the job 100 times better than I can, but it don't have the same feeling or the same attention to detail that I'm going to bring to it from a human's perspective. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's a lot of people that they lose their own identity in it. Mm-hmm. And now you just have a bump in the log that relies heavily on the technology, completely remove the human out of it. So like it makes sense for a person like you and I to be those creative minds, to want to drive it, to want to go get it. And it's an ugly battle out here on that stuff, because I mean, it's even in the cars. I mean, you know Tesla, you know, like, next they're going to be flying rocket ships on Mars, and it's not going to have a driver. You just get into a seat and boom, we're in Mars.
I mean, look what's going on right now. We got the drone situation happening. You know what I'm saying? So,
man. They upstairs talking about that right now. It's crazy.
Oh, man.
Like, and then they're tying the drones to, you remember the Malaysian flight?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know about the Malaysian flight that just disappeared. I literally just saw a video of not only a drone-like thing flying around this plane, but an infrared video of it. It showed like a black hole eating the plane, and then everything, and then the little swirling drone thing around it. They just like teleported out of the sky.
Oh, and wow!
I'm like this is like happening over in New Jersey. Now I don't think New Jersey is having these type of drones, but I do think the government and whatever is out there, because we know there's aliens. We know that there's alien spacecrafts out there, because we have whistleblowers testifying in front of a live judge, a live courtroom, saying these things. Like, we know that that's real. So like, people are thinking like, okay, these drones are the government making sure that there's no like harmful substance or anything that's related to a bomb coming into the U.S. But at the same time, is it aliens? Could it be aliens? Could it be people that have extended from Earth way before humans to watch over Earth? Anyway, that's where each of the ends go. And I'm willing to talk into that hole if you want, but
we can save that one right there for another conversation. But the whole situation that we've been having right now with these whole drones and all that stuff, it's been crazy, you know, to say the least. But like right now, you know, here in New York City, like I don't know if people are really like overly concerned about the drones like they were when they first started reporting on them, as they were with the situation that just happened recently with the lady in the subway. You know, may she rest in peace. That was horrific what happened to that lady. Yeah. But the whole situation,
I didn't even hear about that, but I'll look that up for sure.
Yeah, I would rather you look it up on your own instead of, you know, bringing it up here on the show. Like, that's just you know. But the whole situation, but the whole situation with the drones here, like, I don't know, like, we've been hearing a whole lot of different, you know, theories of what it could be. But I don't know, like, I don't know if it could be aliens. I don't know if it is the reports that they're sweeping around looking for a potentially dirty bomb, as I've been seeing allegedly that they're reporting that supposedly the drones are in the sky for, or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, man. Like, to me, I could say, because I'm one of those people that grew up, I was a space geek when I was a kid. I got no problem with admitting that. So, like, it's been kind of exciting to me, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, let's just see what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yup, to see what's going to happen, man. We just can only read what we can see, right?
That's it. That's it. So with that being said, man, before we get ready to wrap everything up here with this conversation, I understand that you have just put out a project as well with your music. So let's get into that, man. Tell us about this new project that you got out.
Yeah, so project is coming out.
Coming out. Okay, gotcha.
So January 28th. The project is called Back Ends. I'm gonna make sure to send you the whole entire album. It's only 5 songs, 15 minutes. But it's an album to me. To me, an EP and Signet Play is like 2 or 3 songs. Anything over 3 songs is a damn album. If you're spending 15, 20 minutes on an album, that's a piece of artwork. You need to put some foot down on that and call that an album. So I got a 5-song album coming out, 128, called Back Ends. This is the best work I can put out. Like I'm still making music now, and I'm like, man, this is it, man. I love these songs, and oh man, let me tell you, the heads that got put together to make this, it's just been a wonderful journey. But be on the lookout for that. Follow me on all social medias at BLK Bullet X, Black Bullet X. And you'll see it, 128 Back Ends. I can't wait for everybody to listen to it. And I'll make sure to give you those songs so that way you can have it for the show, for real.
Absolutely, man. I'm definitely looking forward to that, man. And putting your music out there for people to take a listen to it and consume it and really vibe out to it. So with that being said, man, we want to say thank you for taking the time out to join us here tonight on the show. We do appreciate you for taking the time out, because I know you was at a gathering or whatever with your peoples and all that. And I want to say thank you for taking the time out. So before we wrap, is there any shout outs, anything you want to say to the people out there?
Yes, absolutely. Once again, my name is Jarmar Green, right here in Naptown, Indianapolis, Indiana. One thing I'll leave with the people, Emillio, is control what you can control, so that way those uncomfortable moments can become comfortable. And if they are too uncomfortable, remember to fall back on what you know and control what you can control.
That's it, man. And y'all heard that out there. Jarmar, we definitely appreciate you for stopping by. We're looking forward to having you back on the show again real soon. And to everybody else out there, y'all already know it's your boy EMillio EgBar. Keep it locked right here. We'll be back with much more right after this.